How's it going, everybody? I'm Omar Marabbit, and I'm joined here today with Kellen Brogan. And today we're going to be talking about the Browns and Steelers wildcard matchup. This game was a very surprising game after the Steelers started off 11-0, and then down the stretch kind of choked their games. Kellen, why do you think the Steelers started off so strong, and then towards the end they started to do worse?
I think being a stronger team like that has its downfall because you saw Juju and Chase Claypool, they were doing all the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of teams took that personally, made it a goal to beat them, especially the Bengals.
Yeah, because I know back in the day when Terrell Owens did down the Cowboys logo, that started a fight.
Yeah.
So the Browns definitely came really strong into this game. In the very first play, Big Ben, it was a bad snap. Big Ben doesn't dive for the ball. He could have dove for it. He kind of pulled a Cam Newton, so he could have made it 2 points. Instead, he made it 7. From there, the Steelers could not capitalize at all. Looking at the first quarter, it was 28-0 after this team was 11-0. And something that I would like to point out is what Juju said before the game. A reporter asked him, "What do you think about playing the Browns?" He said, "I think they're still the same Browns."
Yeah, the Browns are going to be Browns.
They're the same nameless gray faces. So I feel like whatever Juju does, it kind of goes the opposite.
Yeah.
And then, Juju necessarily didn't have a bad game. Looking at his stats, he wasn't, on paper, he looked really good. He had 13 catches, 157 yards, and a touchdown. That's very good.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think it went more to their head. Big Ben had the weirdest game I've ever seen. He threw 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, and 500 yards.
Yeah, he was kind of like Jameis Winston.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you play Madden. You just put up the good stats. We got to get some picks in there.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, Juju said about the loss, he said, "I don't regret what I said. They came out. Today wasn't a night. Hopefully the Browns show up against the next opponent and do what they did tonight and have a great game." So it seems like he's kind of humbled a little bit.
Yeah.
He's definitely taken his social media presence and brought it into his locker room. You saw that picture of him and Marquise Pouncey on the bench.
Oh, yeah.
After the game. But looking at the scoreboard, it looked like a close game. But if you watch the game, Browns were dominating the entire game. Big Ben threw 4 picks. Let's talk about the players on the Browns who got picks. MJ Stewart, he got a pick, 9 tackles, good game for him. Red Wine got a pick. I don't know how to say his name. That name is complicated. Porter Gustin. I want to talk about him I play line, and when I saw him get that pick, I was so happy.
Yeah.
he dove into the air, and he was just for all the big boys out there, that's our dream come true.
Yeah, it was a really good play.
And then after the game, Claypool is one of those cocky players who he necessarily, again, didn't have a bad game, but I feel like all their stats, like Big Ben's 500 yards, they're mostly empty stats. Claypool, 5 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns, pretty good. He said, "It's a bad loss, but the Browns are going to get clapped next week. So it's all good." So people who don't really understand that, it means that they're going to lose pretty bad. Yeah. When he said this, I low-key thought the Browns were going to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I really wanted them to.
Yeah, because, no one wants to see the same team win over and over again. It was a really good game. Yeah, the Browns really dominated this game. So,
yeah.
What do you think that the Steelers could have done coming into the game to do better, or during the game?
I think it was probably a mentality thing. Usually when good teams play teams they think aren't as good or they think they have an easy win over, they'll have a strong mindset or be really confident. And I think that's probably what happened.
Yeah,
they just need to not underestimate anyone they play. Probably they had the skill. They have the young receiving core. So.
Their defense is one of the best in the league. And
yeah, that's true.
I truly do think it came down to them just being way too cocky because they were definitely too arrogant. And if they had a vocal leader on that team that would have told them, "Hey guys, we need to calm down. We haven't won the Super Bowl, or we didn't even win a playoff game." I remember when Juju, he danced on the Bills logo. Josh Allen, he took that personal.
Yeah.
That's when the Steelers were they only had 1 loss to the Washington football team. It was a really good game, fun to watch. I was definitely happy because I have a lot of Steelers friends, and it was good just because they were talking all year. And Baker, first playoff game, played pretty good, I would say. 263 yards and 3 touchdowns. Someone who had a surprising good game, Kareem Hunt. He had impressive stat line for being cut from the Chiefs last year
Yeah.
to having 8 carries, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. But when you were watching him, it felt like every time he ran the ball, he was getting like a first down.
Yeah, his come up was pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely from I didn't even know if he was going to play in the league to that. It was a great game, and the Browns almost did beat the Chiefs because Mahomes got hurt, but
Yeah, Heineke had a good game.
Jarvis Landry had a good game, 5 touchdowns, 92 yards at the tutty, 5 receptions. It was definitely a good game. So since the playoffs are almost over and this week is the last game, Chiefs or Buccaneers, who do you think's going to win that game?
I've been a long time Patriots fan. I'd want to say the Bucks are gonna win just because Brady and Gronk. I love that duo. It's a really strong team, but just the Chiefs' entire team. They've got like 9 all or Pro Bowlers or something like that. I think it might be 8. Yeah, they're stacked. I think the Chiefs are probably going to come out on top.
We'll see what goes on. It's definitely going to be a historic Super Bowl because it's Brady, formerly the best player in the league, handing it down to Mahomes. It's like he's passing the torch, like what Kobe did to LeBron. It's definitely going to be a great game. But yeah, and speaking about football, Kellen, would you like to tell them about your article that you wrote?
Oh yeah, Walnut has a new head football coach, James Crook, and he's seems like he's got a really good outlook on this upcoming season. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the season. I hope you have a great season too. And yeah, that's the Steelers and Browns wild card matchup. Hopefully next week we can talk about the Super Bowl and what went on during then.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you guys for listening.